Welcome. I'm Dr. Tanya Koswatha. In this presentation, my aim is to provide you a quick guide for trainees and mentors to how to use the individual development plan. Most of us may think this is a burden process, but after this presentation and also going through the IDP process, you will find this is a rewarding process. Let's get started. The most two common questions related to the IDP is, for student side, you may ask why I need to complete individual development plan. As a mentor, you may think why I need to ask my student to create an IDP. It is very simple answer. Individual plan is that help you to work on your future. In other words, you are creating a plan to decorate your future as a student. However, some of us, when we start our graduate life, we don't have a clear path or career goal. Then you might think this is not a tool for me. But remember that whatever you do today is help you to create your future. So, as Mahatma Gandhi said, the future depends on what you do today. For the mentors, we need to understand that now academic career is getting really competitive. We have too many trainees, but we have very few academic positions. Therefore, this IDP will help our student to be a good job candidate to any job position outside from the academic as well as an academic job to be a competitive job candidate. So let's get started. So what is this individual development plan? This is commonly used by employee to define their career goals or the kind of yearly plan to achieve in during their budgeting period. It has been adapted in the graduate and postdoctoral level to plan for their future whole career. So this tool helps trainees to assess their current skills, interests and strength as well as identify their weaknesses. Also, depending on their assessment, this tool provides a career objectives that they can lay down their plan into short and long-term goals. In other words, this is a completely a personalized strategic plan for trainees. So let's move into the benefit side of doing this individual development plan. If you're a trainee, this tool provides you a kind of a basement understanding about your strengths and weaknesses. And also, based on their strengths and weaknesses, you create a guidance or create a strategic plan to achieve your career goals. And also, this tool make you feel responsible for your future. And also, having goals always help us to track our goals and how we are motivated to achieve each this goal. Second, the most important benefit is having IDP help you to build a good working relationship with your mentors. Also note that this tool is only be successful if you think this is your career plan. Don't think it is a requirement that assigned by your mentor to do, or you are doing this is to just to satisfy your mentor. Going back to the benefit side of mentors who is devoting considerable time in this process, you get benefit on doing this. First one is this is a good tool to guide your student to achieve their career dreams. And as you being mentoring this student, you get chance to improve your leadership skills and be a good transformative leader. And also, it's help you to plan your research work in your lab. And in the graduate or the postdoc mentoring, it is most common to have a power dynamic between mentors and mentee. So this tool helps to reduce unequal power dynamic that's normally have between mentors and trainees. And also as a result of reducing this power balance, it creates a positive work environment which ultimately increase the productivity of your lab work. So if you come to think about IDP as a kind of funding agency requirement, don't waste your time to do that because it will be not useful to you or your student. Please change your mindset and think this is as a tool that you help your student to build their future. Or this is a tool that help you to build your future lab. So let's get moving to the IDP process. So this mainly have 4 steps, I would say. First one is assessment and career exploration step, and second step is talking with your mentor, that is student mentor meeting, and self-reflection follow-up. But for the student mentor or trainee mentor meeting, they have very 2 critical steps before meeting preparation and how we should do our meeting. Let's get more detail. Let's start with the first step of the IDP, assessment and career exploration. In this top step, there is a 2 scenario for the student who have already clear career dream and student who don't have a clear career path decided yet. For those who don't have clear career path, you need to follow the pink boxes in this presentation. But for those who have a clear career dreams, you need to follow the brown boxes in this chart. Let's start with the who have a clear career path. First one is you have to find a job posting related to your dream job. For example, if you wanted to be a faculty member, find a faculty job posting and look through the skills and knowledge that listed in that posting that job candidate should have. Leave that list aside and go to a IDP tool and complete self-assessment. I will provide more detail about the available IDP tool later in this presentation. Normally in this self-assessment step at the IDP, they will give you a set of statements asking you to rate them from the scale of 1 to 5. After you review those rating for each statement, at the end it will give you an assessment in your skills, interest, value, where you are good at, where you need to improve. Like kind of overall processes help you to identify strengths and weaknesses in your skills, interests, and value. From that list, compare back to what you have got the list from your job posting. Where they needed. Do they need a communication skills? Do I have communication list that they require? So compare those 2 lists and evaluate which area you need to develop during your graduate or postdoc training. So let's move back to the student who do not have clear career path. So in that case, you directly go to the IDP assessment tool and finish skills, interest, value assessment. It is same process as what I described earlier. You rate some statement and it will give you a final evaluation about what is your weaknesses and strength area. In addition, normally in most of IDP assessment tool, they suggest the career path that based on your strength and weaknesses. So read through the all suggested career path and check some information that available related to this career path and decide whether you want to do that kind of job or not. One tool is help you to decide whether you like that career or not is using job simulation websites. For example, a good website is Intersect website. It is drafted toward the PhD level careers. So you can go there and read through the old job simulation or follow the step that indicated in that website. Determine whether you like to do that kind of job everyday life. Is it what you want in future? If you find that is your passion, that is your career path that good fit for you. If you find 2 or 3 career paths that it's very course related, think about the one that you have most good at or the skill set that closely align with your skill set and the weaknesses skill set, then go with that career path. So the next step is once you decide your career path, for example, you wanted to be a scientist and industry, then look for a job posting related to the scientist in the industry and compare what you get from the assessment from the IDP with what they required and evaluate your skill level and list down what you need to accomplish during your graduate and postdoc training. Let's move into the second step during the meeting. But before you go into that step, I want to remind you 2 most important things. Remember, each supervisors that you talk in your IDP process have different level of awareness about non-academic career opportunities. Or in other words, some maybe not have done IDP process at all, so they don't familiar with this process or job that you are looking for. So share your information ahead of time, at least 2 weeks before, then your mentors can prepare for this meeting. And for the mentor side, please remember that each of your trainees have different need and they have different timeline. And also keep in mind that most of the nowadays trainees not looking for academic job. They like to explore every other jobs too. So you have to be ready to mentor the student who are not going to be an academic professor as well. Because of the 2 reasons that I explained earlier, we need some homework before we go into our trainees mentors meeting. So the step 2 is about how you prepare for your mentors trainee meeting. So let's start with the trainee side. So first of all is now you have identified skill set and weakness area that you need to develop in your graduate or the postdoc training. So you need to write down your long-term and short-term goals using the goals and planning worksheet. The link for this sheet is provided below or you already have received this from me. So when you are drafting your long-term and short-term goals, remember these goals should be SMART. That means these goals should be specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bounded goals. You can find more information in the guiding documents that I shared, or you can contact me through the following information. You can get more information about how to create the SMART goals. The third step is ask your supervisor and get the meeting time to discuss about your IDP plan. In this process, there's a key element that you need to remember. When you're talking about IDP, always find a faculty member who you have a positive relationship. It no need to be your committee chair. It can be anybody you can trust and have honest communication. So now you have meeting schedule. Now you need to share all the information that you collected so far about your career. First one is list that you created based on the assessment and the job requirement. Second one is develop goals and plans following the template I provided. And also it is better to share copy of your assessment. This is optional, but sharing really helps the mentors to evaluate whether you have done a good job in your self-assessment or Maybe you need to improve how you reflect upon your skills and interests. And the fourth most important information that you want to share is a job post that related to your career path or information that you collected related to your career path. So now trainees part is finished. For mentors, you have received a request from the trainee for a meeting and you got some documents. Don't open those documents that your trainee shared. Use the template, goal and planning for the mentors and write down your own goals for your trainees. Remember, don't look at your trainees' plan yet. So when you're drafting the goals, remember these should be SMART goals similar to what I explained earlier. And also when you're developing the goals for them, always think about what is their background. For example, they have a master's or they are coming to the PhD with their bachelor's. What is their capacity level? Can they do this kind of job now or it should be in the later stage and so on. And once you write down your own goals for these trainees, look at the materials that provided by your trainees and what is their chosen career path and familiarize with their career path. If you don't know about that career path, reach out to your institution career center, get more information or contact me. I will try to help you with finding more information. And after you reading through the trainees material, reflect upon trainees skill set, their long-term short-form goals as well as what you have drafted for the student. Does trainee have capacity to succeed in their chosen career? Are the trainees' goals are realistic? Do they need additional expertise, resources to accomplish this goal? Can you provide us them? Or do I need to find somebody else to help them? How can I integrate my own expectation to their chosen goal? So revise your goals and planning worksheet based on this reflection. Always remember to write down your own goals before looking at trainees' goals because this will allow you to not to avoid any hidden agenda you may have for the trainees. Okay, now let's move into the at the meeting step. In this step, it is really important to have the printed version of goal and planning sheet that developed by trainee and mentor and take note while you talking each other. Always printed version. Why it is important? When you write down and agree by both of them, it is kind of serve as a accountable kind of agreement that you both mutually agree to accomplish during the year or during the time you plan to achieve this goal. So next one is always start this meeting with discussion accomplishment that you have during your past year or past semester. For example, from last May to December, what you have done. You have filed your degree plan. It is great job. Or for master side, you helped me to draft the presentation for this conference. It was great help for me. Like that. So start with all this accomplishment. Then go with the list of research goals and discuss your goals and the student goals and try to mutually agree which are the goals, high priority, medium priority and low priorities. The next step is you need to prioritize their professional and personal goals similar level to the research goals. That is very important in this process. Whole process is about training your student to success in their chosen career path. And also remember to have a discussion on this plan, how it is flexible. This is just a plan. It can change. How you can handle the old changes. If a trainee cannot meet the expectation, how you change it. It is not a failure. It is how you can improve that. So discuss mutually what you do if the things not go as you plan. And at the end, most important step is discuss the feedback. this is applicable for both trainees and supervisors. Ask trainee to go first and share their feedback related to your supervising or your mentorship skills. Once you hear from trainees, you share the holistic feedback for trainees, whether they are good at communication with you, whether they are honest with you, or something like that. So have honest communication about the feedback. If you receive a negative feedback as a supervisor, don't take against to their student. Try to keep improving your mentoring skill. The next step is self-reflection. This is very critical to be success in this whole process. Once you have completed your whole meeting with mentors or your trainees, for the trainees, first go back and review your plan and decide, does all the feedback that I received from mentors reflect in this plan? Do I need to change a little bit? What I agree? How can I go there? Something like that. So always review at least monthly how these things go. And if you find that you are having hard, difficult time reaching out these goals that you've indicated, openly share your concern with the mentors and supervisor. And also remember to self-evaluate yourself whether I'm taking responsibility achieving my goals. And when you are reflecting, think about the places that you do well and where you need to improve, and it's not worth to do it anymore. I try several times, it's not going to go done, then discard that. For the mentor side, also you need to reflect upon after meeting with your trainees. Did I share all expectations that I have for my trainees? And frequently reflect upon, do I share relevant information that help my trainees to achieve their professional and personal and research goals? Do I respond to my trainee timely and adequately manner? Similar to the trainee, think about things are going well and need improvement. If you find that trainee trying hard but that is not working, ask them to not to try it again. Discuss. We need to learn, or we need to teach students to how to unlearn things if they are doing it wrong. Next, this is the follow-up. This kind of step there I have read several literature. IDP is only successful if you have follow up this one. If you creating plan doesn't make it successful. Always you need to follow up. So trainee side, always remember to meet your mentors regularly. At least once a year, you need to schedule an annual IDP meeting and continuously reflect on your progress. Always remember to have short discussion during your lab meeting about IDP, how things are going on. And don't wait until at the end of the year to analyze your progress toward your goals. It is better to analyze your all goals at least once 3 months, then you know where it is lacking, where you need to prioritize, and so on. For the mentor side, you need to be accountable to have at least one meeting annually to review each trainee's IDP. And it is better if you can find the time during each lab meeting to check the progress of the student. At least ask, how is your professional goals? Did you apply to that conference that I recommended? Something like that. At least try to remind and have a short few minutes talk between your trainees during your lab meeting. And I know that as a scientist, we are very good in following research goals, but we are not good in following professional and personal goals. Remember, that is your role to follow up professional personal goals similar way as you follow up research goals. So now moving back to the where you can find the tools to develop IDP. So if you are a science, technology, engineering and mathematics oriented person, most of my students are in that category. So please use my IDP science career. This is a very good tool you to develop IDP. If you're in humanity and social science field, please use the Imaging PhD website to do the IDP. Most of these tools have same level of assessment uh, and the skill level, interest level assessment. Only changes is how they suggest the career path based on your skill set, because for the humanities social science they match in with the those kind of job. For science and technology engineering job, they find match with your skill set with that career. So that is the two. These are the website. I have provided link below. So because most of my students are coming from the STEM area, I will quickly go through about the what is IDP and how it's look like. When you wanted to create an IDP, first you want to go to this website, myidp.sciencecareer.org, and create an account. And once you create an account, you will find the side menu with assessment, career exploration, career plan, implement plan. The most important step is this assessment part. It have skill assessment, interest, and value. Once you complete this assessment, they provide you a assess like kind of career fit in here, career exploration mark. So you can find more information about your career and the or career exploration event or the people that you can talk. Some of the links in here are not working now, so that's why I provided additional details in your information package where you can find more information about your career choices. Once you uh, done your skill assessment, you will get a suggested career plan, and based on this suggested career plan, you set up the goals. So the cool thing about this My IDP tool is you can download all things once you're done as a PDF packet, and you can share quickly with the PhD supervisor or your mentor who is going to help you with the IDP. This is additional information for those who are kind of in between to find a career path. This is a very good tool known as Intersect Job Simulation. It has some job tasks that normally do in separate like PhD level career, and you can do that several tasks and decide whether you like that job or not. For example, they have some tasks related to research in academia, for example, for professor job, how it's look like, and research in industry, what is their day-to-day task, and some examples start. These are developed from real world kind of interview scenarios. So it is a kind of not a made up thing, it's a real thing. So go to this website, do this kind of simulations and complete the stars, at least read the start, and then reflect upon asking this question to yourself. Did I like that task? Can I do it in regular basis? Or do I feel passion about doing it each and every day regular basis? If you find it is good that you like that job, well done. That is your career path. You chosen your career path by doing one exercises. Next, let's sum up everything. So to make IDP process moving from burden person to rewarding person, first one is need commitment from both trainees and mentors. And regular reflection from trainees is really critical to evaluate your progress toward your dream. Remember, IDP is your future plan. And third one is regular follow-up from the mentors, trainees about the progress is really important. And fourth one is always select a mentor whom you have positive relationship to develop your IDP. Honest communication is key in this process. Start at early stage of training. Don't wait until late stage after you finish your prelim to start this. Start when you start your graduate education. Use your institutional career center to get more information about your career development or chosen career. There are two take-home messages in this presentation. First one is adapting IDP does not guarantee your success unless you and your mentors regularly check upon the progress toward these goals. And always clarity Mutual respect and open communication are needed to success in the IDP process. Thank you very much. I hope this presentation is useful information to develop your IDP.